Was Labour surprised at the challenges that Imo State is going through to the point that some people are not being paid?
Yeah, clearly, because the issue is we're partners in progress. And what we expect is continuous discussion. If there are challenges, the workers are not stones. You have a dialogue with them. What the workplace relationship is about is a continuous dialogue between the workforce and the management. And in this instance, the management is government. So there has to be a continuous dialogue. And that dialogue has not ensured. We've not been invited to say, this is what we're going through. Can we discuss on the way to have this thing resolved? If you don't have such discussions and all you get is pronouncements on radio, that is not the way to go. So, of course, we were surprised.
In the course of having that dialogue which you seek, would Labour be looking at that matter where the workers were asked to sign a form as regards if certain portions of their salaries needed to be cut, then that's like them giving their approval? Would you be discussing that as well?
Yeah, if in the workplace, what is operational is what we call collective bargaining. You don't arrive at wages by fiat. You don't arrive at wage structure by imposition. It's a function of dialogue. It's a function of, this instance, tripartite discussion. So if either party can table the state of the work environment for discussion, and at the end of the day, based on what is on ground, people can reach a clear, balanced, win-win situation. But that has to be on the basis of facts, not on the basis of emotions. It has to be on the basis of facts, because you keep hearing governments say they have ghost workers. The NLC is not a ghost organization. We represent real-life people. So, of course, we will be clearly against ghost workers. The NLC is not an indisciplined organization, so clearly we will be against any form of indiscipline. And we are against corruption. We will be against any act of unnecessary spending. You don't go buying stones and all manner of ornaments when service providing processes are ignored. We will not accept that. So a clear discussion that has all the issues put on the table, and you notice a direct movement to responsibility, to reasonableness, we can have issues resolved.
Well, speaking about ghost workers, I mean, it's not a new phraseology in this country. At the federal and different states, we've always seen governments say, look, we've been able to discover certain funds going to certain people who are non-existent, in other words, ghost workers. But then the government says, that's the Imo State government now, says that they had a press release that they conducted what they called productivity test. And then they found out that several agencies, they have redundancy in several workers, and so they thought, look, given the challenge we face, we can't afford to have several duplication of functions in different agencies, and so they had to streamline. Were you aware of any such productivity test audit?
That's why I tell you that issues of workplace, we don't do voodoo governance or invisible checks. Anything you have to check, you know that there are stakeholders, there are people to be involved. So you don't do your productivity check in the absence of human beings. There are workers' representation, and you need to take that on board. If you are checking an integrity test on productivity, of course the worker will be involved. Our laws are clear. If you have challenge of lack of productivity and you then want to declare redundancy, there are clearly set out rules. The laws are there to guide redundancy. It's not only in Nigeria that you have issues of redundancy. It's not only in Nigeria that declining productivity can occur. It occurs in all space of life, even including channels, television. If you have a challenge of declining productivity, there are set down rules to go about it. It's not a voodoo transaction. It's not you come out from the blues and say you conducted an integrity test. On who? Who did you conduct it on? Through what process? What was the agreed process? The workplace is not a dictatorial place. It's a place that is governed by laws, by rules, by regulations, public service rules, Nigerian labor laws, the ILO conventions. All these come to play. You have to put them on the table.
In other words, are you suggesting that the productivity audits that was conducted did not follow all those procedures you highlighted?
There was no such audit. There was no such audit. It's something, if the government got a consultant to write a story for them, that is their business. If you want to conduct a test, we'll have to agree on the parameters. All these organizations have functioned before, like the ITC used to be #1 transport corporation in Nigeria. Everybody knew about it. There was a time the people could offer free transport services for Imo indigenes to go home for Christmas. They were that good. The imo-ada-palm that you earlier alluded to, where they said they had not been paid, was established long time ago by governments that believed in having people gainfully engaged, and you talk of diversification of the economy. Or you can be dwindling, and then we are saying people who are in the agri-sector are not being paid. That cannot be a correct integrity test of productivity.
All right, then, Imo-ada-palm, Head Industrial Relations of NLC, thank you for talking to us today.